The View. We know we love The View on this program. It gives us so much content. And one of the hosts of The View, Whoopi Goldberg, seems to have got herself in a bit of hot water, but she's doubling down on her claims that a bakery, Holtman's Bakery in Staten Island, refused to take her order because of her political views. The bakery says they were experiencing mechanical issues. They've got a 60-year-old boiler that was not working when Whoopi's request came through, but Whoopi's not accepting that, and she's had this to say.
It does seem a little odd that when we called a few weeks before my birthday and we were told they couldn't process the order for my birthday because of an equipment failure.
Now, Whoopi Goldberg first complained about this on The View on an episode during an episode that was celebrating her birthday, her 69th birthday. And there's now been so much criticism, Ami, not just from the customers of this bakery, but also from politicians and people in the legal fraternity encouraging the bakery to sue Whoopi, saying that they've been defamed by this suggestion that they're not taking orders because of her political beliefs.
Yeah, look, I'm not a big fan of being overly litigious unless necessary. I will remind Whoopi Goldberg, talking about bakeries, that a bakery in Ohio sued Oberlin College and won $37 million for defamation, saying the bakery was racist when they in fact were not. So I would say be very careful, Whoopi, when you talk about accusing bakeries. Look, this tracks with Whoopi Goldberg. She bathed in victimhood. She wants to be a victim. She jumps at the chance of being a victim. This is an opportunity for her to construct something out of probably sounds like whole cloth. Look, this is funny because this is really projection on the side of the left. It's the left who likes to use economic muscle and boycott to punish their opponents. Here's another example of that, where she's trying to put a bakery that has been around for 100 years, this is prohibition, out of business. It's unfortunate, it's gross, but really kind of conforms with who she is.
Yep, and she didn't name the bakery on The View, but she named the location, and it was clear to everybody who she was talking about. So very quickly this became a story, and I do like that the bakery and its customers are fighting back. Now, I think we all need to apologise to Oprah, because there were claims circulating that her company received $1 million for that Kamala Harris interview, town hall, whatever you want to call it. It was just a fluff piece. Ami, it looks like she was actually paid $2.5 million. Now, Oprah will say this was for the production costs, for the salaries of everybody involved, but normally you don't charge the interview subject to interview them. This is all very strange.
Yeah, look, Rita, you and I are in the content production business, right? We have a sense of what things cost. I mean, I saw the interview that she did. I saw that town hall. Yeah, that did not cost $2.5 million. And by the way, also let's not forget that the Call Me Daddy or Smack Me and Call Me Daddy podcast she did, she also paid them, you know, well into the six figures as well, where she basically shot it from a hotel room and had some plastic or cardboard behind her. This is not what things cost. You and I know that. It sounds kind of fishy. What I find interesting, though, is that for all that money, that $2.5 million that she spent on Oprah Winfrey, she only got 1.2 million views. Not a very good cost-benefit analysis. And for the Call Me Daddy podcast, that got less than 1 million views for over 150 or whatever $1,000. Look, Rita, just by comparison, the last interview you and I did got over 2 million views, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get paid anywhere near that. Maybe I should be asking for more money.
Yeah, maybe we should stop talking about these figures. And tonight's, if it's not up to 2 million within 48 hours, well, I'll be looking for a new guest, Ami. That's how we roll here. I want to talk to you about Katie Hochul, the New York governor, your governor. You are a New Yorker. She wants New Yorkers to be grateful to her for saving them money. And it's a very bizarre way to introduce the concept of a congestion tax. Have a listen.
From day one, I have made affordability for New York families a top priority. I always have, and I always will, fight to put more money in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers.
A very odd way indeed, Ami, to announce a $9 congestion tax. It's pretty steep, and to pretend that she's saving people money, wow, the chutzpah on her.
Yeah, great word. Chutzpah, love it. Listen, it's interesting. I live in New York, right? So this directly affects me. And the truth is that we do have a problem with our infrastructure. And by the way, and that's the way it needed to be framed, right? It's not saving anybody. It's costing people money. And by the way, you know who it's costing? It's not a progressive tax at all. It's going to cost the people who have to commute in here, particularly the poor and working class who have to live outside the city because they can't afford the rents in Manhattan, more money than the rich who live here. That's the bigger problem, frankly, is that she's going after her own constituency. But she should have framed it a different way, saying, look, we have a crumbling infrastructure. We have problems in our bus system, the trains, the subways, and that we need to fix it. And this is the only way we can fix it. She framed it that way. Maybe people will get bored, but doing it the way she is just so disingenuous and wrong. It's ridiculous.
Before you go, we've got a case of like father, like son. When I saw this vision of Hunter Biden at Disneyland, I thought he was Joe for a second. The family resemblance there is a little bit disturbing. He's got that Joe Biden days happening. And Ami, anyone who's seen the contents of his laptop, the images and videos we can't show you on this family-friendly show, might be questioning what he's doing at Disney.
Yeah, well, that's the cost of spending a lot of time with hookers and a lot of blow. I mean, that's the kind of days it puts you in. So, yeah, maybe we spent a little more of a clean life, clean living. You might have looked better. But, hey, I'm never going to fault the guy for going to Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth. Good for him. I got no problem with that.
Well, yes. I don't know if he was enjoying himself, though, judging by the vision we've just shown. Ami Horowitz, always a pleasure. Thanks for your time tonight.
Pleasure is mine.